Hello everyone, this is Matthew once again. And of course, if you notice by the quality of this video, I'm using my old Logitech webcam at 720p, which I have not used this webcam in a long time. I tried to do this on my iPhone, which I tried to get transferred to my laptop, but for some weird reason it just said the device is unreachable, so I don't know what the issue is. So I just thought I'd be using this old webcam, which I've used in a long time, because I'm trying to edit this video to show you the footage that I reviewed previously. Which of course, as I said, this is a re-review. And hey, using my old laptop, my old webcam does seem rather fitting because that was the exact type of laptop and webcam that I've used before when I first started doing videos on YouTube. So, just comes full circle. On January 21st, 2011, I did a review of a movie that came out on November 17, 1989. It's a movie that we all know and love, and is loved around the world. And as this is the 30th anniversary of this beloved Disney classic, this is my re-review of Walt Disney's The Little Mermaid. Yep, this is a re-review. And of course, I'm holding the actual VHS copy of the film, which I have used this copy in my review when I was doing videos on YouTube, just until I was doing trailer reaction videos, special inside look videos, my thoughts on a trailer, you name it. And I have never got this movie on DVD or Blu-ray because this is the only copy I ever own and the only copy I can watch. But now, unfortunately, we don't have a VCR anymore, so yeah. But thankfully, the Blu-ray came, and I finally got it as a Christmas gift in 2013, which is the Diamond Edition Blu-ray 3D. Really do love the cover, by the way, as it's from the theatrical re-release poster. However, as soon as I got this Blu-ray here, I have noticed that there are some bloopers in this Blu-ray. For example, skeleton introduction. The transition, gone. The part of your world sequence, it was completely re-edited for some weird reason. Instead of the above the sea, cuts the area going down, wish I could be. Then cut the flounder, but instead it's just above the sea. Cut the flounder and then cut the area scene, which I could be, but the mouths are moving, so the audio is pretty much off sync. But same, I was able to get a disc replacement of this, and they were able to fix some of the errors. And then, of course, when I found out about this 4K Blu-ray edition, which I saw on YouTube, they were able to fix some of the errors. Like, one, for example, was, if you know the scene where Ariel and Eric are about to go to town in that carriage, you could notice, like, the hands on the maid service's buttocks, which, of course, that was like in the theatrical release. When they came to the 2006 Platinum Edition DVD release, they were able to fix the error. And then on the Diamond Edition, they brought that mistake back, and then now on this 4K Blu-ray, they fixed it. Same thing with that little film tear thing that happened when Ursa turns into a giant monster. Which, of course, it's never happened in any of the past release until the Diamond Edition. And then on this 4K Blu-ray, they were able to fix it. So they were able to fix some of the mistakes they had from the past release. And of course, yes, I finally got a chance to watch the movie for the first time since I haven't seen it since I saw it on VHS. I haven't watched this quality, but of course I've seen a clip of film when I was trying to check out the Party World scene. The picture quality looks beautiful, but I was watching the 4K version last night, and it looks even more beautiful and probably better looking. And of course, yes, I've already discussed everything about the backstory of the film, but the reason why I'm doing this re-review because I didn't go into much full great lengths about why do I love this movie, especially why do I love Ariel, why do I love the songs, and why I love this and that, blah, blah, blah. Because that video I recorded was like only 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. Which, of course, that review I've done was like 8 years ago. Yeah, ever since I first came to YouTube. But now I just figure I want to review this movie again, but this time in greater detail. If you want to know more about the backstory of this movie, here's what I said back in 2011. Originally, this was going to be Disney's first animated film, but the project got shelved, so they decided to make Snow White be the first one. In 1985, co-director the Greymaster detective Ron Clements discovered one of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale novels, and he thought it would turn out to be a wonderful movie. As the film got into production, they were looking for a songwriter and a composer, and that turned out to be Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, who were famous of their onstage musical Broadway, Little Shop of Horrors. It took all Disney artists and animators 5 years to work on this movie. As for the co-directors, John Musker and Ron Clements, they were looking for a live-action model and an actress, and that turned out to be Sherry Stoner and Joey Bisson. Sherry Stoner
does the live-action model, while Jodie Bissett does the voicing and singing for Ariel. Jodie got the role of Ariel because she very finally got ordained. While she was recording her song Part of Your World, she asked one of the people at the recording booth to dim the lights down so she could get that deep under the sea feel. As the film made its debut in November 14, 1989, it was a box office hit, making it $84.3 million to surpass its $40 million budget. As it was later reissued in 1997, it now made $111.5 million. In January 1990, it earned 3 Academy Award nominations, winning 2 for Best Music and Best Song Under the Sea. As of 2011, it still remains one of Disney's most popular animated movies.
And now you finally have, and now that I said in my video, at the 2011, it still is one of the greatest Disney animes of all time, but now it's 2019. As I watched this film last night, it still is the greatest Disney anime film of all time. One of the greatest. And I love this movie dearly so much. So then I guess for now in detail, what is it? Why do I really love this movie? Well, to start off here, this film was pretty much like the return form of the Disney era. It's if you look back in the 70s or 80s, they didn't recapture that Snow White formula. Especially when in the 80s, they had to do try out something different, where they started trying to do a horror film in 1980, which of course that'll be The Watch in the Woods. And then in 1981, there was The Fox and the Hound, but sadly didn't do well at the box office. And then in 1985, you had 2 films that I really enjoyed, The Black Cauldron and Return of Oz. Both of them were pretty dark, but they both did not do well at the box office. And then in 1986, a film that was also made by the same directors who did The Little Mermaid, Ron Clements and John Musker, produced and directed The Great Mouse Detective, and that film came out and it was surprisingly a hit and got pretty good reviews by critics. So it pretty much like it predates the Disney Renaissance era. And then in 1988 there was Oliver and Company, which it did pretty well, but it wasn't as well received. But of course they have another film that was well received, but under the Touchstone banner, and that'll be Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis' Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And then finally in 1989, along came, there was this film, The Little Mermaid. So, for 30 years, does this film hold up? Well, yes. Yes, it is. It really does hold up really, really well. And here it is, if I need to explain it in good detail. To start off here, the animation in this film is beautiful. It's breathtaking. I love the nuances, some of the colors, and the textures and everything. It looks all really, really good. I mean, I could just stare at it and just how beautiful the drawing is. And the animators put a lot of thought and effort put into it when they were making this film and trying to make this the best Disney animated film ever made. So, really love the animation. And the music by Alan Menken is definitely very well known. It's definitely one of his best scores, which of course he was able to win the Oscar for Best Score. And the songs are completely memorable. I mean, we cannot forget Under the Sea, which of course I won the Oscar for Best Song. It's such a memorable song, as well as Poor Unfortunate Souls, Kiss the Girl, as well as Fathoms Below. Even its well-known signature to Ariel, Part of Your World, which, believe it or not, as I never mentioned in my review, which I never had, that song was originally going to be cut out from the film because they thought it slows the film down, which is very similar like what the Wizard of Oz had when they were originally going to cut out Over the Rainbow. But they were able to fight us through it because you can't take away the song. That's pretty much like the important piece of character of the film for what Dorothy's going through as well as Ariel's. So they fought, and finally, Over the Rainbow became history, and Part of Your World became history. And I thought John Musker and Ron Clements, as these are 2 very well-known directors who made films like The Great Mouse Detective, as well as Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, Treasure Planet, Prince and the Frog, as well as Moana. Even of all the films they've done, this is by far their best film. And it is. While this is one of my favorite Disney animated films, this is also my favorite Disney movie for girls. I know some of y'all can say Frozen's the best Disney film for girls, or Tango, or Beauty and the Beast, or Moana, or whatever y'all can think of. But to me, mine is The Little Mermaid. And of course, yes, the characters you all know and love. You remember Sebastian the Crab, especially how lovable he is, and how cute Flounder is, and as well as Ursula, who is a character you really love to hate, especially you get a clear motivation of what she's trying to go through, as that all she ever wanted is to take that throne away from King Triton, so she could be the ruler of the sea. And yes, to shut Ariel up so she won't get in her way while she's trying to have her plan be all completely perfect, as well as trying to steal her voice. So you really love to hate this woman, especially also like the Pat Carroll's performance. And of course, yes, we come to, of course, my favorite Disney animated princess, Ariel. Even I will admit, when I was watching this movie last night, I really had this big cheesy smile on my face, and I can't stop smiling at Ariel because whenever she's on screen, she always puts a smile on my face. And especially how much I really love hearing her voice and like how beautiful it is, especially her song "Part of Your World." And I'm not gonna lie, I was almost about to cry for this one part in the film when they're trying to get her voice back, and when she does get her voice back, I was almost crying because it's just a part like you really, really want Ariel to get her voice back, and then she finally did it. So I was very, very, very much rooting for Ariel to get her voice back. And of course, I know that people may have mixed feelings about the character, but one in particular I know is that when I was watching Doug Walker's Disney Center video, The Little Mermaid, he actually did have some negative things about the character, but at the end of it, he actually does like the character, so despite some flaws that she has. The one thing that really keeps getting under my skin is Lindsay Ellis, aka the Nostalgia Chick, who pretty much trashes his character. And I never seen the review of The Little Mermaid from her, but especially I noticed or seen some snippets of it that Doug Walker has to share. That not only she hates the film, but pretty much that she really hates this character because she's just pretty much like a whiny, bright teenager who doesn't learn anything, just gets what she wants, and that's what she did, and never learns anything. Well, first off, I will never understand her opinion, and probably never will. I mean, even though it is her opinion, but I have to respectfully disagree with her because she's just being way too hard on her, in my opinion. But I am on Roger Ebert's side from the Chicago Times, who was really positive to character Ariel, as I remember, that she's a character who's fully realized that she thinks and acts independently, but also comes off as being rebellious. So to me, the character of Ariel, to me, is one of the closest things that comes to being a real human being. A character that has flaws. I mean, I love Belle, and I do love Aurora, Snow White, among the other Disney anime princesses, but Ariel's the one that comes to me the most, because this is what you call an actual character. A fully realized three-dimensional character. Where we start off with this character that she's always an explorer, and she's always like to know more about the human world and everything, especially what it's like. And you really do see that how she actually does not get along with her father as well, which, believe it or not, folks, it's not really Ariel you should probably blame on a lot. It's really pretty much the father, because King Triton is always being super protective and thinks that the human world is dangerous, they're barbarics, and especially, of course, when you saw The Little Mermaid Ariel's beginning, they actually did give a backstory about King Triton and Ariel, especially when the ship came in and just pretty much killed King Triton's wife, of course, / Ariel's mom. As of, this is all humans do, they do bad things, that everything's evil. But when Ariel sees what the world's like, it isn't exactly like what her father saw, because people change now and then. So not everyone is bad, especially I know there's people out there that actually do make mistakes, and they done a lot of bad things, especially within the past. It's all in the past. And also, even when it comes to dealing with parent issues, we sometimes can do things that are wrong, especially like when the scene when Ariel meets Ursula. So she just pretty much made a bargain with, of course, she made a deal with the devil herself, and that she pretty much tricks Ariel, that thinking that that Ursula could be a great help and she could do anything that her father doesn't. But she only did this so that she could get close to King Triton, so that she can become the ruler of the sea. Especially, she did not want her to fall in love and especially be human permanently, because she's always getting way of her plans. Which, of course, that's pretty much the whole point of the film, that she is a teenager, and teenagers do dumb things. Especially when things in this world who are not perfect. And when you see the Breakfast Club, teenagers are not perfect, as well as the teenagers of Power Rangers, they're not perfect either. So I really do love the character of Ariel, especially for what she is. Especially this one moment of the film that where she sees that Eric is in love with another woman, even she doesn't know that's Ursula in disguise. She cries on deck as the boat sails off. And then I still get it from a filmmaker audience perspective that she's realized that's it. It's over. I'm not going to be with Eric, and I'm going to be human, and maybe my dad was right all along. So, as if Ariel may have thoughts about what her father may have said to her. So, and especially, of course, she did try to apologize when she does go back to being a mermaid. So, but of course, when it comes to being a teenager, everyone can act differently and they can grow up, especially if they're doing a choice by their own free will. Which sometimes it could be a good thing and sometimes it could be a bad thing. So, I think nothing wrong with the character whatsoever. What are you saying that she needs to be this super smart or saying, well, not everyone's going to be 100% smart. We're all going to make mistakes because we're human beings. Which would make this character a bit more human as well as more believable. So that's why I love Ariel very much. So, whatever it is that Lindsay Ellis says, aka the nostalgia chick, I will never fully agree with her 100%. I love this character very much and will always still say she is my favorite Disney anime princess. Especially how beautiful she is, how much she has a lovable, sweet voice, and of course, by fanboy standards, she is pretty sexy. Which, I'll get that out of the way, yeah, she is a sexy Disney princess. So, there you go. But yeah, The Little Mermaid is definitely one of my favorite Disney anime films, and will always be one of the greatest that Disney's ever done. For its memorable songs, beautiful animation, a wonderful story, its great characters, a fantastic villain, and definitely a very well-known Disney princess Ariel. And yeah, especially when I'm looking at her on this cover, she definitely does look beautiful. And whenever I watch on screen, she will always put a smile on my face. All thanks to Joey Benson's performance, who really finds his character very, as I remember during the behind the scenes, she finds her very God ordained. So, even if she have not done this film, it will not make her famous, especially the character will not be such an icon. And now she is. So, yeah, I really love The Little Mermaid, and there's such much more I can say about it. If you have not seen the film, please check out The Little Mermaid. This movie's 30 years old, and it still gets talked about a lot. And it'll still continue on to live on forever to each and every young generation who actually grew up with this movie. And I know I have ever since the 90s. I love The Little Mermaid so much, and will always be one of Disney's greatest achievements. And this movie still earns itself an A+. So, that's my review of The Little Mermaid, and I hope you enjoyed my review. And let me know what you think of The Little Mermaid, as it's now 3 years old. And also, let me know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe button. And also, what are your favorite songs of The Little Mermaid? And who is your favorite character? And what is your favorite Disney film? Feel free. So, thank you for watching. Take care. And this movie itself will always be part of our world. Thank you, and good night. See ya.